Go ahead.
Okay, just waiting for some people to hop on. Welcome everyone to today's Public Safety Forum. My name is Tiffany Wang, one of 4 Public Safety Commissioners for the City of Cupertino. For those of you who are new, the Public Safety Forum is an event hosted by the Public Safety Commission that highlights key public safety topics that would be of interest to the public. Due to COVID-19 this year, we converted the forum to a series of webinars hosted once a month. So today's session is the last of our series with a presentation from our Santa Clara County Fire District. If you have any questions that pop up during the presentation, please feel free to ask them in the chat and we will do our best to answer them throughout the session. With that, I would like to introduce Deputy Chief Mark Shoemate, who has 18 years of experience with County Fire and is currently assigned as the Deputy Chief of Operations. Chief Shoemate's responsibilities include oversight of all emergency response activities and emergency medical services within the department. Chief Shoemate is the department liaison for the City of Cupertino. Please welcome Chief Shoemate.
Good evening, everyone. When people think of the fire department, they usually think of our emergency response. Fire engines and trucks with lights and sirens headed to help someone in need. Emergency response is a very important part of what we do for our communities, but another important service we offer is fire prevention. The goal of our fire prevention division is to prevent as many incidents as possible. This is done through business inspections, building plan reviews, and education through our Community Education Services Division. I'm proud to present Gina Cali and Gracie Hernandez. These ladies work in our CES division and have educated thousands and thousands of people over their many years of work in public safety. I'll let Gina and Gracie introduce themselves, but what I can tell you is that these ladies are experts in their field and are passionate about educating the citizens that we serve. Thank you for logging in, and I hope you find the information helpful. Gina?
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Gina Cali, and I work, as Chief Shoemate mentioned, in the Community Education and Risk Reduction Services unit here at County Fire. And I've been with County Fire for almost 20 years, and I do have a passion for educating our residents and keeping them safe. So welcome, and I look forward to sharing with you our upcoming available programs and services.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity tonight to be with you. We really appreciate it. My name is Gracie Hernandez, and I work with the Santa Clara County Fire with Gina in the Community Risk and Reduction Services. I am the Senior Program Specialist for the Cert Program and the Emergency Preparedness Program.
Okay, excellent. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start off the program here by sharing my screen. So just give me a moment here. Okay. So what does our unit do here at Santa Clara County Fire Department? So we offer many programs and services. Before the COVID pandemic, all of our programs and services were offered in person. And since the pandemic, we've had to shift gears completely. And now what we have done is made all of our safety programs available online. So we have a series of adult and senior classes that are available, and I'm going to go over each of them in just a moment. We also just recently launched a fire safety for young children online interactive class. We used to provide this class every week in our preschools throughout our jurisdiction. And so we got very creative and now are offering this class online. And so I'll share some more information about that class in just a moment. And then we also have our CPR AED class, which you do most of the training online in your home at your own pace. And then you can show up and get certified just by showing your skills that you learned online. We also have a wildfire preparedness program in the works right now. As you know, sadly, each year we say that it's been the worst fire season in California history. So we are working tirelessly to help our residents in the wildfire area to reduce their risk of potential wildfire threat. And I'll go over in just a moment what we have in store for you. And then Gracie is going to be talking about our emergency preparedness programs later on through the program. So let me go ahead and start with where you can find all of this goodness on our department website. So you can see here there's a snapshot of our homepage off our department website, which you can access our website by simply typing in the letters of our name, which is SCCFD.org, or you can just simply type in countyfire.org. And it's going to bring you to our homepage, which you see right there on your screen. All of our programs and services are going to be found. You can see right here, there's a little yellow star, and I'm going to show you that in just a moment. But what you can find under that section of the website is our community education programs, our emergency preparedness programs, safety information and referral assistance information, as well as how to request a program. And then under the upcoming events tab, we'll have all of our upcoming programs that we have available to you. The other place that you can find all of our upcoming classes is through Eventbrite. So I'm just going to bring you there really quickly. So if you've already registered through Eventbrite for other classes, then you're familiar with that platform. If you're not, you can just simply type in SCCFD.eventbrite.com, and it's going to bring you to this page. And you can see as you scroll down, we have quite a few programs that are offered online that are upcoming, and you can just simply register right through Eventbrite for any one of these programs. Up here in the right-hand corner is going to ask you if you want to follow us, because every time we launch a new program, you'll get a notification that we have a new program available. I also want to show you our website, and my link is not working, so let me get back to that. I'll show you when we get to this. So the first adult safety program that I want to share with you is called Be Ready, Be Prepared for Disasters. And this is, we're going to briefly go over in this class some Bay Area disaster risk and procedures on how to deal with those disasters. We talk about how to prepare for disasters, including creating a home supply kit, a go kit should you be forced to evacuate, and then a kit for your vehicle as well. And then how you can stay informed during and after a disaster, because communication is incredibly important during that time. And then how to establish a personal support network and plan for special needs. The other program that we have available is crime prevention and home fire safety. And this program, we actually partner with our law enforcement agencies. So if the sheriff department is your law enforcement agency, then when we present this program in your city, then we present with the sheriff's department. As you know, County Fire services 7 different cities and towns throughout the county. And so we work with both sheriff and law enforcement. In this program, we really do highlight the importance of protecting yourself against fraud and identity theft, and what to do if you see suspicious activities. And so our law partners go over all of that information in this program. It's quite robust, and it's a lot of great information. And then we switch the program halfway through or so, and then we talk about fire safety and understanding potential fire risks, and how to learn good safety habits, and how to create a home escape plan and so forth, and make sure you have smoke alarms in your home. So this program is about an hour and a half long. And so that's another program that we have available. And again, these are all, you can register through Eventbrite, and they're listed on our homepage, which I'll show you as soon as I'm done explaining. The next program that we have is fall prevention. As Chief Shoemate will explain that, a large part of our run call volume is medical calls, and included in that are, falls, and falls are it's a problem. And especially as we age, right, we're more prone or at risk of falling. And so with this program, we actually partner with Stanford Healthcare, and they have an incredible program called Farewell to Falls, and it's a free program, and they offer this program to anybody within the county. Actually, it's not just our service area. And so we co-teach this program to really help share information on identifying fall risks, as well as certain home modifications that you can take to prevent falls, exercises actually that build strength and balance, and connection to community resources to maintain safety and wellness. And so this is another really well-received program that we actually started co-teaching it with Stanford, I think about 3 years ago or so. So it's great. And then Stanford is also just launched a bingo size program. And this is another online program, which is an interactive program to keep our adults active and healthy. That more information can be found on our website for that as well. And then the last program that I just wanted to highlight that's available is Preparing for Medical Emergencies. Again, our call volume is anywhere from 65 or so, 70%. What we do is we respond to medical calls. So we found a great need to create this program to help prepare our residents in the event of a potential medical emergency. And this not only helps prepare our residents, but it also, helps our online, on-duty firefighters when they respond, because if residents are prepared, then they can provide the best medical care for them at that time. And so it's recognizing, we got to recognize medical emergencies, and when you are having one, when you should call 911. How to report emergencies. We actually go over what happens when you do dial 911, some of the questions that a dispatcher will ask you, and so you're more prepared and you can remain calm and provide the information that's needed in order to dispatch the appropriate type of help. And then there's some important medical forms that, again, if you're prepared ahead of time, such as a POLST form, which stands for a physician's orders for life-sustaining treatment. If you have that available, we also have what's called the life file available, and that stands for life-saving information for emergencies. If you have these forms already filled out ahead of time, that means you're prepared. And in the event of a medical emergency, these forms can, again, assist our firefighters to provide the best medical care for you at that time. And so all of this is covered in this program called Preparing for Medical Emergencies. And then, as I mentioned at the beginning, we just launched a Fire Safety for Young Children program. And this is a live, online, very interactive fire safety program that's actually geared for children ages 3 to 6. If you look at the statistics, and again, I've been doing this for quite a long time, children under the age of 5 are at a greater risk of not only starting fires, but dying in home fires. And so we take these statistics to heart, and meaning that we've got to do our part in terms of educating our little young people. And so we are one of the only fire departments in the county that offers a program like this. And the fact that we were able to shift gears and now offer this online is just awesome. So if you have a moment and you want to jump in one of these programs, you can actually register for it on Eventbrite. That's available as well. But it does include an imaginary story of a little dragon and a girl. They meet, and he actually sneezes inside the house and catches the house on fire. And then so the story brings to light and reinforces the safety lessons to help young children know what to do in the event of a fire. And so we actually walk through with them the differences between good fires and bad fires, because there's a lot of good fire. We can't actually live without fire. So we talk about that, and we share, different pictures and so forth, so we can reinforce that message that, fire can be good. It's when it's bad, that's when it hurts things. And so, we also talk about matches and lighter safeties, and then of course smoke alarms, because hopefully, they do have the smoke alarm in their home, and if they do hear it beep and they see smoke, then they know what to do once they learn it from our program. And then the other really cool thing is we actually have an interactive video of one of our firefighters putting on his special gear. So they can see him transform from firefighter Brian to now firefighter, Brian, all dressed in his gear with a mask and his tank on the back. And then the differences of what he looks like and what he sounds like now with all of his gear. And then we sing some songs with them. And again, it was very interactive. So it is a fun program. And again, this can be found on our Eventbrite page here. And we've created these icons to help you kind of quickly flag. So you can see fall prevention's all orange. Crime prevention is like the dark maroonish color. Fire safety for young children is the bluish color. Red is preparing for disaster and blue is medical. So these icons will help you kind of quickly flag as you scroll down through the list to see which program is coming up. And now for wildfire preparedness. So residents, again, who live in the high fire hazard areas, we do a tremendous amount of outreach to try to reach these residents to help provide the education needed so they can prepare themselves and their family and their property for the upcoming wildland season. So we actually mail out approximately 10,000 mailings annually, and of those 10,000, almost 1,000 or so, just under that, actually get mailed out to Cupertino residents. And the packet includes quite a bit of information, and it's going to be information about fuel reduction programs, free property inspections. So our line personnel do inspections, our deputy fire marshals do property inspections. It's going to talk about some defensible space information, and then wildfire preparedness webinars, which we are working on now to schedule, and these will take place in the months of April and May coming up. So the 2020 wildfire preparedness webinars, unfortunately, they got canceled because of COVID. And so this year, everything is going to be online. And these webinars and community meetings are really going to be packed full of information for residents in the high fire hazard areas. We're going to provide webinars on the Ready, Set, Go information, which you could see the picture there on your screen. Ready, Set, Go is exactly that. It's readying your family and your property, and then getting set if there is a threat of wildfire. And then if you are ordered to evacuate, what you need to do to go. And it's going to talk about again, preparing the home, hardening your home. You can see the zones there in that picture in the upper right-hand corner. Zone 1 is basically from the structure to 5 feet out and clearing everything within that 5-foot radius from the structure. And then going to the next 30 feet and then 100 feet. So we'll present information on that, and there'll be 2 dates available for that. The second community webinar that we're going to hold is actually with CDI, which is California Department of Insurance. So we are going to have a speaker from California Department of Insurance that's going to go over information for insurance information for residents who, again, live in that high fire hazard areas. Especially, we not only have had our own personnel suffer loss just in the recent CZU fire that was in Santa Cruz County last year, but again, many residents were affected. And so now they're dealing with insurance issues. And so the fact that we were able to secure a representative from California Department of Insurance is huge. And we're hoping that he can provide the information to support our residents to get the information that they need in terms of insurance. And then the third webinar that we're going to be holding, or community meeting, is actually about the CZU lightning complex fire that happened in the Santa Cruz County area. So lots of emotions have come out of this fire. And so we are going to have representatives from our department and hopefully from CAL FIRE, as well as residents who, one was actually forced to evacuate, and then one actually lost her home in that fire. And so it's more going to be set up as a Q&A session, because residents have questions, and we want to try to provide a platform for them to give them opportunity to share and to, again, give as much information as possible. So that's what we have in store in terms of wildfire preparedness, and a flyer is being produced right now about these upcoming webinars. And then also each of the webinars are going to be listed on Eventbrite. So again, another reason to follow us on Eventbrite. And again, to find us on Eventbrite, you can just simply, that's listed right there on your screen. It's www.sccfd.eventbrite.com. So again, when you log on that, it's going to bring you to our Eventbrite kind of homepage, if you will, right there. No questions so far?
No questions so far.
Okay. I did mention in the beginning, CPR AED training. County Fire provides training to actually city employees, so our law partners, our public works, and our recreation staff. And then we also provide training to our residents. So if you are interested in becoming CPR AED trained, there is AHA, which is American Heart Association, has created an on-demand online class where this class does cost a fee. It's $65, and it's also listed on Eventbrite. And then once you pay the fee, then you get what's called a key code, and then you can do the training online at your own pace. Once you complete your online training, then we have a drop-in skills testing site, which is here located in Los Gatos. And we do follow, of course, COVID compliant guidelines, and you're able to demonstrate the skills that you learned during the online class. And then once you're able to do that, then you get your 2-year CPR certification card. We used to also offer a hands-only CPR class, which did not include a certification, but unfortunately, of course, due to COVID, that class has been put on hold. But as soon as it's safe to do so and we start introducing our classes in person, then that will also be listed on Eventbrite. The other place that we list all of our programs is going to be on our department website as well, and I'll show you that in just a moment. And then also we reach out to all of our community centers and our recreation centers, and we work jointly with them so they can help us advertise our programs as well. And especially the senior centers too, advertising the 4 programs that I went over earlier. Okay, so that is our CPR program. And now this is our emergency preparedness, and I'm going to turn this over to Gracie.
Thank you, Gina. So this is information about the Cert Program, which stands for Community Emergency Response Team Training. The Cert Program is a national FEMA program, and it provides information, or teaches the community, I should say, basic disaster response skills. So they will learn light search and rescue, fire suppression, team organization, and disaster medical operations, and plenty of other information that is very important for the community to learn to help each other in the event of a disaster. We offer 6 annual academies that are offered once a year in each served jurisdiction or served city. The program is 21 hours of instruction, but we have it laid out in a format of meeting twice a week for the duration of 3 weeks, and ends with a Saturday for a skills demonstration and graduation. There's a total of 9 units, as you can see in the PowerPoint, the different sessions that we offer. Due to COVID, the program is on hold, but there is a new release, a new update that FEMA released in 2019, where it updated the curriculum. So we've been able to change the slides and provide the new update into our new refresher courses that we're going to talk about next. Here we go. So we are excited to let you know that we're offering CERT refresher courses. And these courses are coordinated through the Cupertino Citizen Course Coordinator, and that is Ken Erickson. So if you have taken the CERT program, you are now eligible to take the refresher courses to refresh your skills. And the courses are accessible, as I mentioned, through the coordinator. And the coordinator has the information on the dates and the flyer that you see here in the slide. We're going to be offering live online courses in disaster psychology, disaster preparedness, terrorism, fire safety, light search and rescue, communications, and documentation. So another course that we offer is emergency preparedness, and Gina did describe this when she talked about the 50+ adults program. It is the same program. We highly encourage anyone to sign up for this course, and it's a really good course, and it covers emergency procedures and creating a disaster plan, pet preparedness, creating kits for your home, vehicle, and go bag, how to stay informed during a disaster, establishing a personal network and plan for those with special needs. Please visit our website, or I should say our Eventbrite, for more information on how to register. Another exciting opportunity that we have is we are going to offer the Listos California program. And this program is something that we're going to offer in 2 different languages. We're excited that we're going to offer it in Spanish and in Cantonese. This is a new program. It's a disaster-ready online workshop. It's 45 minutes, and it's created by the California Office of Emergency Services, or better known as Cal OES. It's, like I said, 45 minutes, and we're going to teach the participants 5 essential steps for preparedness, planning for evacuations, creating a plan for important documents and essential items, tips for preparing older adults, households with children, pets, and caregivers. They're going to learn about a step-by-step approach for a safety preparedness calendar and local warnings and alerts, also known as Alert SCC. So this information will be on Eventbrite soon. We're going to be starting our first class in Spanish in March. We would like to thank you for joining us. We greatly appreciate this time. Gina?
Yes, thank you. And then I'm just going to take you really quickly to our website. So I can show you a couple other things. Let me get out of here. Okay, so if you log on to our website, as I described earlier, this is our homepage. If you click right here where it says upcoming events, then that's going to list all of our upcoming programs that are available, which are currently available online. Hopefully, as we move through the summer, we'll start to introduce our in-person classes. But for now, everything is available online. They'll be listed here. And then you can, if you hit this see upcoming events, this actually brings you to, again, our Eventbrite listing page. I'm going to come back here to find more information that I talked about earlier is under Education and Preparedness tab. So again, this is our homepage, SCCFD.org, and it's the 4th tab over, Education and Preparedness. If you click on that, my computer is a little slow. Over here on the left-hand side, community education programs, emergency preparedness, which is the information that Gracie went over, and then safety information and referral. We have more information listed there. So under community education and community education programs, if you go to the adult and senior programs, this is the 4 classes that I briefly went over. They're all listed right here, but they're also listed, these will take you directly to the Eventbrite links. If you click right here, this this connection here, the adult 50+ online class. This is actually our flyer that's available too, if you wanted to share this or if you wanted to find out which class is coming up next. It has all 4 of them listed with the date, the time, and then tells you again to go to Eventbrite to register. So again, that can be found under education and preparedness, under community education programs, and then adult and senior safety programs. So as we add more classes, they'll be added here with direct links to Eventbrite to register. Under emergency preparedness tab, again, Cert emergency preparedness, once we're able to, again, offer our Cert academies, more information will be listed under that link. And then the same thing, as Gracie mentioned, we have the Be Ready, Be Prepared, which is an online program, but we also are waiting to present our personal emergency preparedness class, which again, that's a 3-hour class. So we're not going to offer that online. So we have the Be Ready, Be Prepared right now in terms of emergency preparedness. And then under wildfire preparedness, all this Ready, Set, Go information that I mentioned is available on our website. You can click here to get a lot of information, more drop-down information here about defensible space and so forth can again all be found under emergency preparedness. And then under safety information and referral, this is where we keep this updated regularly. And it's generally a lot of information that either our on-duty crews, they come back and say, hey, you know, residents were asking about this information, or it's information we want to share and again, educate our residents on. So you can click on any one of these links. I did mention the live file, and this is mentioned in one of our programs, which is preparing for medical emergencies. It looks like this. You can get information about this on our website. You can actually download a blank form. And again, this is all talked about during the Preparing for Medical Emergencies program. But again, we try to put as much information on our department website to make it easily accessible for our residents. And then I did forget our little preschool program. So if you go again under community education programs and you go to school safety programs, they're listed here under preschool safety program. This is the new updated or the new available safety for young children program that's available online. So there's a short description there for it. So that's where you can find all of this information that we talked about here tonight. So again, it's countyfire.org, or you put in our initials, SCCFD.org, and it'll bring you to our homepage. If you don't follow us on social media, I would highly suggest that you do, because our outreach and PIOs do a tremendous job in terms of staying up on outreach via social media. So you can simply follow us right there on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook. They push out a lot of information almost on a daily basis, also through Nextdoor as well. But you can follow us at SCC Fire DEPT on any social media platform to receive alerts or information or some of the call volume that we do and so forth. It's listed right here on our website. You can get the Twitter feed there as well. So, okay. Do we have any questions that we'd be more than happy to answer for you?
Thank you, Gina and Gracie. It's really, really impactful and important for all of these programs, and very helpful for us as community members to be aware of all the programs that are going on. So thank you so much for all the hard work that you put in pivoting during COVID-19. And there are some kudos in the chat too from Carol McNeil. No questions, but thank you as always for your time and endless willingness to share your expertise and information with all of us. It's so great to see many of the online offerings now. My best guess is that even after COVID-19 passes, the option will remain popular with many residents. So kudos to all of you.
Thank you very much.
So right now is a Q&A session. So if anyone has any questions, please post them in the chat. While we're waiting, I actually have a few questions as well. So given that there are a lot of like webinars and programs that are coming up, in the event that some community members may miss a session that they are interested in, are there any video recordings, such as, like you mentioned earlier, like firefighters putting on gear for children to understand what firefighters look like? Are these video recordings available on the website in case parents may want to access the informational materials?
Yes, well, we offer, as you could see, quite a few classes. So if somebody registers for a class and they're unable to make it, then good news is probably within the next 2 weeks, you'll be able to register for another class and jump in. So you have that option. Our administration and planning group, which includes our PIO, they have created little snippet educational videos that they've actually pushed out via social media as well. So those are available to check out. And then if we do have in the works of creating a school safety video. And once we do finish that safety video, then that will be available on our website.
Great. Another question that I wanted to ask. So in the event of, now that wildfires are pretty common and have been in the past few years, in the event of a wildfire, are there any like high-level pieces of advice you'd be able to share on where our community members can take first steps to start preparing in the event that they accidentally missed a program?
Yeah, as I showed on our website under emergency preparedness, we have quite a bit of information available there. CAL FIRE also provides a tremendous amount of information on their website in terms of hardening the home and preparing emergency kits and so forth. So it's definitely worth anybody's while to check out their website as well. And hopefully, again, we'll be partnering with them for one of our upcoming community meetings. And every one of our wildfire community meetings will be recorded and will be available on, we'll place it on our website as well. So if somebody is unable to attend on that specific date and time, no worries. We are going to make it available because, again, we want to get as much information out, especially to our residents who live in the high fire hazard areas so they can be as prepared as possible. And Chief Shoemate, I don't know if you want to add any more to this discussion.
No, just obviously wildfire is on everybody's mind now. In fact, right now we have a strike team over in Santa Cruz County for one of the fires that started over there with the wind event. So we're constantly looking for ways to share information with the community. We know, there's questions everybody has about preparedness and what to do in the case of a wildfire, and that was really on the top of everybody's mind with the CZU fire last year, as well as SCU fire in our own county. So both fires kind of impacted opposite sides of our county. One was outside the county, but impacted our district, which runs along Los Gatos and Saratoga areas, and impacted Cupertino a little bit as well. So, we're all about providing as much information as we can to get people as prepared as they can be for the event of a wildfire.
And I see there's a question in the chat from Carol regarding wildfires. Where are the closest fire spotting cameras to our area? And are there more than there were a year ago? Maybe point us to a site which identifies the camera locations. Chief Shoemate, I think you might be talking, but you're on mute.
Sorry about that. It's alertwildfire.com, and that's going to bring up all the cameras in the area, and you can click on the various cameras and get different angles. The camera icon is a little arrow, and that arrow will point to the way that the camera is facing, and it'll give you a kind of a pie-shaped view of what the camera is focused on. So that's a good way. You can't manipulate the cameras, you can't turn them, but there's cameras pointed in every different angle, so you can usually get a pretty good idea of a smoke column or something like that.
If anyone has any other questions, post them in the chat. One last one from me. Wondering if there are any like top of mind topics for the fire department that you would wish for more community members to be more aware of.
I would say just taking a look at the website. As Gina said, they have put a ton of time and effort into building this website, and there are so many services available out there that they are regularly updated. So basically, if you're in need of anything service-wise, you can find it on the website. And there's also a way to communicate through the website. So if you don't find something on there, if you're having trouble finding something on there, you can click on the contact icon and type a message, and that message will make it usually to Gina's group over there in fire prevention, and they can assist them with finding resources. We've actually had crews that have reached out with senior citizens that have had difficulty in finding resources, and Gina will actually reach out to them individually and help them find what they're looking for.
Yeah, thanks, Chief Shoemate. The other way too, of course, is they can email us directly at communityoutreach@sccfd.org. So that email goes directly to our work group, and obviously we filter it every day and then respond to requests. We also share that email after every one of our programs. So should anybody have further questions or need more information, or would like a live file mailed to them, it's an easy way to communicate with us because it is always monitored. And again, that's community outreach, all one word, community outreach at sccfd.org. And as Chief Shoemate mentioned, one of our strong points is working with our line personnel who are going into the homes of our residents. And when they see a resident in need, they do reach out to us. And then we try to connect them with available agencies and services and organizations that can assist them. So that is one service that we provide. In fact, I'm working with one just today. So anything that we can do, we do, as he said, we do try to keep our website updated as much as possible, but you can feel free to call us or email us, and that's another way to reach out.
All right. So it doesn't look like there are any more open questions in the chat, but thank you so much, Gina, Gracie, Chief Shoemate, for presenting these resources to us. All of the community education and risk reduction services sound like exactly what the type of training that the community needs. So thank you so much for looking out for the safety and well-being of our community in Cupertino. So with that, we conclude for the night. Thank you so much for attending, and hope you take advantage of some of the upcoming events put on by the fire department. Good night.